Hey, I hope everybody's having a good day. I finally got all the electronics in and done. The final being the battery pack. And what I've got in here is a 1000 milliamp hour 3.7 volt single lithium poly battery. For the on-off, I'm using an electronic momentary or on-off switch that I get from Palo Alto, and use the push-it button out here. It's supposed to be a very, very low current in the off state, but as almost anybody who deals with electronics knows, that there is no such thing as a totally absent electronic switch. There's always going to be some current draw or some load that could discharge this battery when it's in storage. So what I do is I take advantage of the disconnect circuit in a barrel connector, and I use this, which is just going to be a disconnected, or I mean in a floating barrel connector. And when I do that, what it does is it disconnects the battery completely from any of the electronics, and that's the way I'll store it, which is what I did with my resin build, and worked out very well. I'm not going to be putting in the Geiger counter circuit right now. It's really a very tight fit, not a whole lot of room. I can fit it in here. The problem is the Geiger Milner tube that I was going to be ordering, I'm not going to be able to get a hold of for obvious reasons. So I'm just going to keep them as an option in the future, which is kind of a shame, because I did end up going out and having circuit boards made for the let's get this light over here, for the Geiger circuit, taking it from the prototype that I had built to the circuit board, which shrinks it down a little bit more, not by a huge degree, but enough to where it will fit in here, especially if I get these capacitors shrunk down. I can probably put some solid tantalums in there. But the problem is the clicker is quite large. The Geiger Milner tube that I had planned on using just is not sensitive enough, and I was going to order some others, but due to what's going on in the world, that's not a possibility. So just unfortunate, and will not be adding them for right now. So I've got the power in, the on-off switch, and the LED wiring tied off and insulated, so I can add it at a future date, but not right now. So let's put on the battery pack. I did want to leave this so I could show how it goes on, and as I said, everything in here is quite tight, so I'm just laying the connectors flat and picking up the guide in the kit and slowly bringing it down. There we go, and it fits in there pretty good. Not default round 2, because they did a fantastic job on the kit, but their original intention was to have all of this stuff glued together, not have it in a fashion that I'd have to take it off and on, which probably explains why some of the assemblies here aren't perfectly aligned. As a matter of fact, the bottoms, I'm going to have to rebuild this portion for one unfortunate reason, the displays in this particular configuration, I did not take the backlight assembly off like I did in the resin. So they are a bit taller than in the resin builds, and that interferes with this lip, this for the battery, for the belt clip, will also interfere with the flex circuit. So I'm going to get rid of that and just cut out a hole and glue these on, and they'll just be for show and nothing else. What I was kind of annoyed with was the way Round 2 did attach these to the sprue. The one side is a huge attachment, and it's very hard. You can't get it off there without destroying the chroming. So, and the other side not much better. So I'm going to probably strip the chrome off of these and just paint them. Besides, the chrome I think looks kind of cartoonish for me. And also back here, I want to do something different here. I want this to be able to fit a little bit snugger, and would like something a little bit nicer. But again, that could happen in the future. So let's turn these guys around. Can't put this on because, like I said, I have to trim here, have to trim on this side because the board does come up right up against the that lip. And this inductor, which I talked about before, I hogged out some material, so that's out of the way, but I've got to clean that up, so it's not really necessary right now. So let's pull the power plugs on both of these, and we'll, where's the power switch? There we go. We'll turn them on. There we go. Let's turn off the lights and see if, there we go. Can you, oops. Yeah, there we go. Plenty of volume in this silly thing. Especially that one. That was not too shabby either. Now, when I get, I've got to put the decals on here. Oh, let me turn this back on. There we go. When I get the decals on here, I'll do a better video showing all the features, because the remote, again, I have to have it set up in order to show its function. And this here, I got to put the dot on so that it shows kind of where the finger hole is at. I'm just using a capacitive switch to change the menus. Let's turn this off because that's kind of bright. There we go. My favorite window is still this one. Let's get up there. Yeah, this one kind of has the, oh shoot. Well, okay, I flipped that forward. It has, let me get around to it. Let me stop the video and I'm going to get back to that window. Okay, I guess you can, oh jeez, I just touched it. I'm sorry. It really doesn't take much to set this screen advancing, but let me take it to my I guess my favorite screen, which is this one, which is the sonar. Let me see if I can get this in focus here. Are you in focus there? Yeah. And it's both in this direction and in this direction. So the nice thing about having physical switches rather than the capacitive is I don't have to worry about getting close and accidentally turning on or off something. Let me see, we're right there we are. You know, because just your proximity is enough to turn it on and turn it off if you don't want to. But none of it's really that critical that it's you know, being activated. But the packaging is very odd shaped, so nothing really natively fits. But all things considered, it does work very well. And I've got no complaints. What I've got to do next is an actual range test, because one thing that I've been doing is playing around with where I'm going to place the antenna. Right now it's right along here. Doesn't seem to have an effect, but you never will know until I take it out and start putting some distance. Right now they're literally sitting on top of each other, so I don't expect there to be a problem with them functioning. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this video short. I'd say I'm about 95% done. I've got to hand build what's going to go in here, because both sides have got to be custom, because the screen is a little bit higher on this one than this one, and I do want to have it in 2 levels so I can make it strong enough to put this on, even though I'm not going to ever wear the battery, I mean the belt clip as a belt clip. But I won't have the front half removable. It'll just be the back half that'll pop out when the battery pack's taken out. So yeah, fun build, almost done. A lot faster than it was for the resin, but you got to consider that with the advantage of having styrene rather than resin. So y'all have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.